Hey, this is Brother Teacher with a answer to a basic fundamental question, and this question has a very simple and very practical answer. The question is, whose responsibility is it to raise your children? It's yours. If you were responsible for bringing them into the world, ladies, and you have a man or husband who was responsible for inseminating you or getting you pregnant, it's both of you all's responsibility to raise that child or those children, the man and the woman. I think that's fair, and I think that's simple. I understand situations and circumstances where one of the parents may not be in the home for a plethora of reasons. Could be death, could be incarceration, it could be institutionalized in a mental facility because of whatever existing conditions that you might have, and you just can't cope with life. You just don't have the mental capacity to raise a child. It could be that reason. It could be uh, that you have an addiction, drugs, alcohol, or what have you. One or the other parent may not be in the home, and it may be up to one parent that's left. In most instances, it is the mother that has the burden of raising the children in the absence of the father. God forbid that that's the situation with you. Hopefully, the father is active in that child's life as well and in the same home with mom. And if he's not, hopefully, he's participating in the rearing of his own children while he's outside of the home. I know that's not common nowadays, especially in the black community, but I'm just saying. But getting back to the original question again, whose responsibility is it to raise our children? Us. We, the ones that created those children and brought them into the world. The father and the mother. Now, when we're raising a child, it's not having a roof over their heads. It's not putting clothing on their back and feeding them. Those are fundamentals. Those are basics. Every creature does that for its offspring. Raising the children has everything to do with giving them a sense of identity, letting them know how to move about, to navigate in the world in which they are in, how to respect themselves first and then others, how to manage their lives as it relates to finances, how to deal with people socially, how to take care of their hygiene, how to be able to run a home when they eventually leave your home, how to have a sense of God in their life or a creator, a sense of purpose even in their lives, how to love even themselves and others, how to share, how to express themselves, how to articulate their feelings. Teaching your children, in other words, values. Teaching them also how to be independent, in that one day you're gone and they are alone, how they can continue on with their lives and potentially raise a family of their own. These are the things that you must teach your children. You follow? So, the school system, public, private, Catholic, otherwise, they don't have the burden of teaching your children about life. That's not their job. Your first instructions as a child, your foundation on life starts at home. That's the building block. That's the base. That's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Starts at home. Everything in terms of value, everything in terms of what's right and wrong, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's taught at home and should be taught at home. It's not the job of the pastor of your church. It's not the job of the English teacher, the math teacher, the physical ed teacher, or your doctor, family doctor, hospital, whoever. It's not the job of your politician, of the president of the United States. It's not the job of anyone outside of your home to teach your children about life. It's your job, parents, fathers and mothers, and only your job. Now, we have turned our children over in this society to the electronic and digital world. And we have almost completely forgot about our children. Because PlayStation, other gaming systems, Xbox, iPhones, Androids, laptops, tablets, television, cable, and so forth, we have thrown our children away and allowed the internet to raise our children to a great degree. We have, because we don't have time to raise them anymore, because we're so preoccupied with our own lives. It's unfortunate, it's sad, and it's not supposed to be that way. I hope that the little bit of information that I just gave you is enough to get you to think and to get you to change your paradigm and to get you to refocus your attention on your children, and not just your children but your grandchildren as well. Because if you don't teach your children properly, if you don't give your children, your grandchildren, the proper instruction and foundation about life, the world, the vastly changing world in which we're in, is going to consume them. And they will not have anyone else to blame other than you. Life might seem like it's a bowl of ice cream right now to them, and everything is okay, and they're doing fine. But when they reach an age of adult responsibility, and they begin to fall down and fail in life, trust and believe they're going to look back at you. They may not openly say it, but they're going to resent and blame you for not spending enough time with them. You see, children want to be taught. But oftentimes, when you're dealing with your finances, your job, your employer, you're dealing with your personal life, and you're dealing with relationships, and you're dealing with the socialite type of life, you forget about your children. And you think it's okay just to stick a remote in their hand to the television, or to give them some money to go to the game shop, or some money to go to the theater, or out to eat at McDonald's and so forth, and you continue this habit. But what you're really doing is distancing your children from you when they should be right here. I'm not talking about babying them. I'm talking about planting your feet firmly on the ground and being the mother and the father that you should be. That's it. And that's all. This is Brother Teacher. So long.